Happy morning to everyone. Wishing everyone a great day ahead full of happiness and prosperity. Thank you, Almighty, for giving us another miracle morning. On a hot summer day, a man was walking through the city. When he saw a boy handing out water bottles to homeless people, the man approached the boy and asked, "Young man, what are you doing?" The boy replied, "I am giving water to the homeless. It's very hot and they often have nothing to drink." The man smiled and said, "You know, there are many homeless people in the city, and you can't help them all. You can make a big difference." The boy listened carefully, handed another water bottle to a homeless person, then looked at the man. He said, "I made a difference for this person." Then he added, "One person may not be able to change everything, but if each of us does something small together, we can make a big difference." Small acts of care and compassion that improve the life of one person are very important. If everyone contributes their part together, we can create a significant positive change in the world. A warm welcome to all the participants who gathered here to the 1526th session of ToTs Webinar led by Sudha sir. I welcome Mr. Anthony CJ, a participant of ToTs 33 batch, to the platform to take over the role of program director for today's session. Welcome, Anthony sir. Please take over the session.
Thank you, Ruby ma'am, for your nice words. Good morning, all of you. I do welcome all of you, first of all. And every day is blessed with some sort of beautiful message from Ruby ma'am. Every human being can do something else to make others happy. That was the message of today. And 1526th session is going on today, and I express my gratitude to Sudha sir and all the people who have groomed us. I'm Anthony CJ from 33rd ToTs batch. For the first time I will take the role of PD. And today, as you know, today is the 16th July 2024. It's a red letter day for me also. Today is the birthday of my granddaughter. So I'm very happy to be here as the PD of this particular platform. I'm really delighted to introduce a high-profiled rib of Adam. She is a person who has traveled far and wide across the world. I'm also a person who is interested in traveling, so I'm very happy to introduce such a person because I think birds of same feather flock together. And she's a person who has joined in Kerala University and later took a job in Accountant General's office as a senior audit officer, and after 34 years of service, retired from service in May 2023. And her hobbies are singing and, as I told you, traveling, of course. And she's, so far as I could understand, a writer, means a poetess, and also a photographer, interested in natural beauty. And she has taken another topic here in this very platform sometime before about traveling and planning. And so she's not a new face. Most of the people in this platform know who she is. And moreover, her academic qualification is MSc in botany. And I'm sure the coming moments will show who she is. A beautiful person with a lot of graceness, and also capable of sending to a new world She is none other than Sumitra mom, and I do welcome Sumitra mom to this particular platform from now onwards. From this particular moment onwards, Sumitra mom is your platform. You are wholeheartedly, with a lot of affection, I do welcome you to this particular platform.
Good morning, everybody. I'm very happy to be back to this platform on this day. And for that, I am thankful to the entire mentors team, Sudha sir, Shankarnuni sir, and all others. And I also extend my gratitude to to Sri Kumar sir and his team for being a great innovator to bring a big change to the platform and giving our persons here opportunities. And I'm thankful to the morning thought given by Ruby ma'am. She said, small acts of care and concern. Each person can make a difference to this world by doing small acts of care and concern. And it has a close relation to the topic which I am going to discuss today. And I also take this opportunity to thank PD Anthony Joseph. I am seeing him for the first time, and I am very grateful to him for giving a wonderful introduction about me. And he has also given some words which I had not handed over to him. I hope he collected it from some other source, and I'm very thankful to him. And a great good morning and a welcome to all the participants who have come to listen to my thoughts. And so, coming to my topic, we are all thankful to the creator of this universe, the God, for giving us a life as a human being. Why? Why is it important to be a human being? We have a great sense of reasoning. We are different from animals. We have a great sense of reasoning and we have a thinking power and we are able to enjoy the beauties of this nature and we are also able to have an enriched life. That's important. But how can we make our life enriched? That depends upon the way we are able to handle the various situations coming across our life. We all know about Charles Darwin, the father of evolution. What he has taught to us, he says, all organisms that are living in this world are struggling for their existence. And in this struggle, who will survive? The fittest one will survive. So we are all trying to become the fittest one and to survive in this world. That's why we are all attending motivating sections like this and getting inspired. We are trying to stay inspired, stay motivated, and we are inspiring others around the world. We all want to make a positive difference to this world. So I thought I will deal with a topic which will help us to make a positive difference to this world and what we can do. So let me first share my screen. Has it come up?
Not yet, ma'am. The screen is there, but no picture or anything else could be seen.
Let me try once more.
It's coming.
Not able to bring it to full screen.
Slideshow, not possible for you?
I'm trying it in the bottom.
Yeah.
In the top layer, where is it?
Slide
Uh,
show.
Slideshow,
Yeah,
slide
slideshow. Yeah.
little above.
Yeah. It's not coming either.
Another part of slideshow, you can see another place also, I think in the top. After animation slideshow,
Yeah.
that can also be used.
When I go
Now
to that,
full screen is there, but
yeah, when I'm going to the full
blank,
screen,
blank.
it is becoming blank.
Click on. Once again, click on.
Once more you have to click. I think double click is needed. Double
Come back to the right bottom, madam.
Yeah,
Now,
I think it came. It came now, no?
now it's okay.
Okay. Thank you for helping me. So, we were telling to survive in this world, we have to make a struggle, and we are trying to become the fittest. And for that, we understand we need many crucial life skills to face each and every situation that is coming across your life. And see, how does the situations arise in our life? You all know we have different roles to play in our life. When you are born, you are first a son or a daughter, and then as you grow up, you will become a brother and a sister, and then you will acquire a family, you will become a husband or a wife, and then children come, grandchildren come. You will have many relatives, uncles, aunts, and when you are living in a society, you will have a neighbor, and for a living you will be doing a job, and there you will be a team leader or a doctor or an engineer. See, likewise, each individual in this world has various roles to do. Around 50 to 60 roles a person has to play in his life. And so when we are doing this different roles, you can understand each role is different from one another. If you are a mother, you are protecting your child, you are caring your family. But as an officer, you are doing a different work, you are managing a team, you are doing something important. There, your role is different. And so to a friend, you are working in a different way. So we understand that in each role a person has to work in a different way. So when I was a child and when I was growing up, I thought if I get a decent job and a very good remuneration, I will be able to have 100% secure life. That was my thought, and I got a decent job and a good remuneration also. But when I had my own family and when I was going up the ladder in my profession, I understood that I had to face many situations in my life. Despite this money, I knew that I had to manage my time very efficiently. I had to make some important decisions in my life, and for many things I had to depend on people for that. So I think despite these crucial life skills which we require to become successful in life, the most important thing that is needed, the skill we need to acquire, is how to manage the relationships around us. How does this relationship come to sight? You know, you have a neighbor, you have an uncle, you have an aunt, you have innumerable number of friends. And so all these persons are closely knit together to you. They remain with you wherever you go. You carry on with you these relations. And when you squeeze your life through different situations, or when you push up through different situations, you understand you will rely upon these persons. And so always these persons are with you. But when you are traveling with your spouse in a bus, you just imagine anybody who is seeing you ask you, who is the person with you. You will have to explain to him that this is my husband or this is my wife. Nobody can easily recognize it. Why? Because these relations are not visible. It is an invisible thing. All these relations are invisible. But each relation is carrying some kind of energy or some kind of confidence, or they are helping us to move ahead. So my topic today is invisible magical vibes. So did anybody understand what does this topic mean? Can anybody say? Invisible magical vibes, I mean the relationships we carry on with us, because they are invisible. All these relations are invisible, but it is causing a magical vibe to our life. You know, your spouse, what is he or she doing? He or she is helping you to support the family. So it is acting as a close support to carry on your life. And there are subordinates in your office, or there are superior officers in your office. How do they help you? They are helping you to carry on your work very well. No, the superior officers are giving you the directions, and the subordinate officers are helping you to do the work. They are doing the basic initial work. And so all these relations around us are causing a kind of magical vibe in our life, and that's why we are able to move ahead. And so I think before we go to the topic, we can go through some small examples where the topic become more clear to you, how a situation is becoming magical. Just say this person. Can anybody identify this person? Has anybody seen this person anywhere? I'll give his name. Robert Anderson Hoover. Has anybody heard this name? I came to know first about
No,
this
ma'am.
person. No, nobody knows. Yeah. But the story which I'm going to narrate, I think you might have heard it. I first came across this person when I read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Has anybody read this book? How
Yes,
to
yes.
Win.
Heard
Yeah,
about it.
Dale Carnegie's very famous book. Yeah, some 20 years back, I read this book. And so one small incident from the life of this person is narrated there. He is an American fighter pilot and record-setting air show. He's famous for his air shows. He worked with the United States Air Force during the Second World War. And when I was interested about that small story narrated in that book, I went to the net sources and collected some more information about him and found that his life was full of adventure. And so what is narrated in that book is that he was a very good air show demonstrator. And so once he was after coming home back after an air show. The incident is taking place in USA. And so people use by airplanes for travel from one state to other. And he was having his own airplane, and after the air show, after doing it very successfully, he was coming back to his own home. There were two other persons along with him. And so when he was above 300 feet in the sky, suddenly his aeroplane stopped functioning. Just imagine the situation. If you are driving your car on the road and if it suddenly stops, means it is not a situation to become panic, because you can try your best, you can get out and see what is the problem. And if you are not able to cope up with it, you can call your mechanic, or you can call any friends. Any kind of help is possible there. But this is in air and the engine has stopped functioning. So naturally, his life is at risk. So, but he was a person, he had worked with United States Air Force, and he knew the each and every part of that airplane, and he managed that situation. What is called managed? He managed to force land that airplane using his tactics. And then he was able to save the life of the three persons in that flight. But only thing happened was that his aeroplane was damaged. Serious damage occurred to that airplane. And so what will happen? He will go and meet his mechanic. Usually what we do, we go and meet the mechanic. And so this incident, that mechanic had heard this incident, and when this Robert was coming to meet him, that person was trembling with fear and he was shaken. So naturally, if it is a average Malayali, we can expect, what do we expect? We will expect a slam on his face. No, actually, what people do, they will become fiercefully, they will become very angry. But you know, what did Robert Anderson say? He understood that this person had not done anything purposefully. It was only some mistake. He understood the fact. And being an engineer and being knowing the mechanical side of the airplane, he understood that instead of putting the fuel required for that, he had wrong by mistake he had filled it with some other fuel, and that made the mistake. And so, what he said to that person, he gave a pat on his shoulder, and then he said, "To show you, I am sure you will not do this again. I want you to service this plane tomorrow." Normally, a normal person will never do this. Asking him to service the airplane and get it ready for my next travel tomorrow. So, and Dale Carnegie concludes with a beautiful sentence that which still linger in my mind even after 20 years. He say, "This is how great people deal with little man." This shows the greatness of that man. How a great person deal with little person. So, if he had shouted at that mechanic and given him a yell and slammed on his face and stopped giving him this aeroplane for further servicing, what would have happened to that mechanic? His entire confidence, his lifetime job, and the confidence he had gained in his job, everything would have been shattered. But by just telling this sentence, what did he do? He boosted his morale, and he also gave him more confidence and alerted him to be not to repeat any mistake and to be very careful in doing a service thereafter. So, this incident shows how a situation is handled and how Robert Anderson saved that relationship. He did not cause any strain to that relationship. And similarly, I would like to narrate one more story here that I read somewhere, but I am not able to identify the person who it is. Many of you might have heard that story. There was one great person. He used to go walking daily, and so every day he used to see a very old lady selling oranges on the road. She would be sitting under extreme hot sun, and despite the extreme situations, she will be there selling oranges. And this person, he was a great man, but he came from a poor circumstances, and his mother was also had to struggle a lot to bring him up. And so whenever he see this seller lady, he used to think about his mother. And so what did he do? He used to buy 1 kg or 2 kg oranges daily from that lady, and he would open up the cover then and there itself, and he would open up one orange and take a peel and taste it and then say, "Oh, it's not good. It's having a sour taste. It's not sweet." And then the orange which he peeled, he would give it to that lady. And so, seeing this incident daily, another person who was selling fruits next to this lady one day asked her, "Why is this man doing the same thing every day? Then why don't you stop selling to him? Why is he humiliating you every day?" Then that lady gave a big smile and she said, uh, "He is telling this not because it is sore. Did you notice? He is handing over that orange to me. And as it has been peeled, I cannot put it to sale hereafter. So I will have to take it." So his intention is to help me to have an orange daily. Otherwise, I am not going to taste my orange because I want money. I'm putting all these to sale. I want money. And so his intention is to give me an orange daily. And so the next sentence is the most beautiful part of the story. And she said, I know that he is doing this intentionally. And so what do? Every day when he buy 1 kg or 2 kg, I put one extra into it. I don't want to him to be in and meet a loss. So, such a beautiful relationship was going on, even though it is a story from, I think it was a natural incident from a life story of some person. But even whether be a story or an actual experience, but it is a wonderful story how relations can go create a magical vibe around you. So, today I want to tell you we have lots of relationships around us and what all things we should take care of or wherever should we closely monitor or what all things we can do to make each and every relation a successful one so that our life will be a magical one. And at this time I just remember you can imagine some relations are there in our life. Everybody will be having such relationships. When we see that person itself, we will feel a great positive energy and their consolation, their support, which is helping us a lot to push through or squeeze through this world. And I remember one song by ONV sir. There are many beautiful songs also which tell us the importance of relationships. Just I'll sing a few lines. അരികിൽ നീ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നെങ്കിലെന്നു ഞാൻ ഒരു മാത്രം വെറുതെ നിലച്ചുപോയി ഒരു മാത്രം വെറുതെ നിലച്ചുപോയി. We feel some persons there, we want them near us. So my instructional objective is at the end of the session, all participants will be able to tell. Can anybody read?
One, what is emotional intelligence? Second one, six important tips for managing relationships in an efficient manner.
Thank you, Raju sir. So, from the story which I narrated, you might have understood Robert Anderson. What did he do? Even though his life was at risk and he was panic at that time, and he didn't show any hatred or anger, he didn't become angry with the mechanic, so he was able to manage his emotions in an intelligent manner. And besides that, he also managed the emotions of his mechanic also. He was so much feared about the consequences, what he is going to do with him, whether he will make it a public incident, whether he will lose his job, whether the entire world will turn against him. So many things came to his mind, but he managed the emotions of his and as well as that of the mechanic. So if you have to carry on a relationship in a very successful manner, you should know what is emotional intelligence and how we can tackle. And I'm also going to give you only 6 tips to manage relationships. So, does anybody know this person? Can you identify him? He was a psychologist, a science journalist. He wrote this famous book. Yeah, Daniel Goleman. Yeah. Emotional intelligence. Now it's a concept widely talked in the world today. Emotional intelligence, because it is gaining much popularity. People are knowing nowadays. Earlier, we thought our knowledge and our intelligence will help us to acquire anything in this world. But gradually, organizations came to know even if they hire very efficient and very intelligent people, the organization cannot progress in a very good manner. For that, there should be a good management of their there should be emotional management of the entire staff. And various researchers are going around the world, and Daniel Goleman's name is the topmost in this case. His book, Emotional Intelligence, is very famous. And he has given a message there by teaching people to tune to their emotions with intelligence. and they will become more caring, and it will help an organization to transform from inside out, and it will make a positive difference to this world. So if we come to the concepts of emotional intelligence, if you go through this book, you will understand many things. I think we had 1 or 2 sessions here on emotional intelligence, so I'm not going by that way. I'm taking some concepts in that book. So we'll just understand the definition. What is emotional intelligence? This concept was first introduced by two persons in this Yale University in 1990. And the definition says it is called by short name EI or EQ. We know AI. No, what is AI? Artificial intelligence. But EI is emotional intelligence. It is entirely different, and it describes the ability, capacity, or skill to identify, assess, and manage the emotions of oneself or of others and of groups. So, each person should identify the emotions of our own and of others. Others means all those people whom we come across in our day to day life, and of the groups. Then only it will work out well. And three things are important. We should identify, we should assess, and we should manage. We'll come to that in the next slides. I think it's clear so far. So far, everything is clear?
Yes.
Very
Yes,
clear.
proceed. Yes,
Okay,
proceed.
good. So, first thing, and so I'm going to give you 6 tips how we can improve upon our relationships. And first thing I am going to give you is self-awareness. You know, when a government is going to start a project, what will they do? They will undergo a study. No, highway projects, road projects, anything in an office or even in a home. We want to make a house of our own. What will we do? We don't go or rush and go and buy a house, or we don't go for the loan. What will we do? We will think over, we will think many factors, we will study about it. What is our financial position? Which location we should select? We will think about various factors. So self like that, when you are going to improve upon your relationship with the persons around you, first thing what you have to do is you have to study about yourselves. What things have to study? You have to identify and list out your own strength and weaknesses. Why it is important? What all things are your strengths? You should sit in a particular place. Have you read this Robin Sharma's book, the monk who sold his Ferrari? Has anybody read that book?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, it's a very famous book. In that book, he says every day you should go and sit in a particular place, and you should imagine what all things you want in your life. Daily, you should imagine about it, and you should pen down in your book. You should visualize the things you want in your life. And if you are doing it daily, it will happen to you. I want you to take a book and put a list of things which are your strengths. Strengths means what are the strengths? If you are a person, you just think whether you have a good smile, you put a good smile on your face, then it is a very good thing. It is a strength of your thing. Face, giving a smile to a person whom you see. Just imagine when your wife is bringing you a morning tea, you might be going through your newspaper and you might be plunged in it. And sometimes you will be just asking her to keep it in the table, or you will be buying it in your hand, in your arms, but you will not be raising your head and looking at her face and giving her a smile. But if you are doing like that, giving her a sweet smile, it will brighten up your face. It will give an exercise to your facial muscles, and the radiance will go from your heart to her heart, and she will feel so the gratitude she will take to her heart, because she feels so happy when you give her a smile. So smile is a great strength of your character. And when you go to your office, if you move in among your team, instead of remaining in your cabin and giving just orders, you just move among your staff and be one among them, whether you are giving them a pat on their shoulder or recognizing each and every act. All these things are your strengths. And so you list out, I have a good smile, I dress very well. Your appearance is very important, whether I do dress very well. and see, then list out the strengths and list out the weaknesses also. Weaknesses, what may be the weaknesses? Can anybody say what may be the weaknesses?
Maybe the laziness or anger. Something
Anger,
like
yes.
that.
Most people are very angry. They yell at others.
Let
They're
us say
short tempered.
more of shortcomings, ma'am. It's not the shortcomings where there is a scope for improvement.
Yeah, weaknesses means I think it's my weakness. I have to improve upon because I am short-tempered. I yell at persons. I don't listen to what they say. When I want anything and if I don't get it in the manner I expect, I will yell at them. So if I am short-tempered, it is a weakness. I have to work on it and I have to improve upon it. And those are the improvement areas. So you have to list out likewise. And that's the first thing. So first you are understanding about yourself. You are becoming aware of what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses. Then next you are going to understand the emotions, how you are reacting, how it is having its influence in different situations. That's important because now I told some persons are short tempered. So a boss, imagine a boss, he had asked his subordinate to prepare a note and bring him to him. And the subordinate has brought the note, but it is not up to the standard which the boss had expected. So what will happen? He will shout at him. No. So when you start assessing about yourself, you should think, when I yell, what situation is it creating? So, what is its importance? You should understand the effect of your actions and mood on others. That is important. If you are short tempered and if you are yelling, what will happen to that person? It will shatter his confidence. So, next time when you are asking him to prepare a note, he will be more fearful and he cannot prepare it in a more efficient manner. Why? He is afraid of you. When the next time when he comes, he is expecting more shoutings from you. You are repeating the same thing daily, and what should I do? I'm going to suspend you, or something like that. Everything, or I'm going to give you a memo. Will shout out whatever come to our mind. So we should visualize what is our actions causing on others. And so now we are going to improve upon those areas. And considering our topic, how is it important? If you are yelling out, it is going to strain the relationship between the boss and the subordinate. And even if it is in your home, you think when your child is coming home late one day, maybe he went to collect some notes from some other student, or he went to help out a student who had met with an accident, maybe something like that. But if he is coming at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock instead of his usual time of 5 or 6, the parent will shout at him, why are you roaming around the world? It's your study time. Is it this time you are coming at home? You start yelling at him. That the child will be afraid to tell you what happened, and he will not at all narrate. Instead of that, if he had gone to help a student, then you should have to pat his shoulder and tell him, well done, son, you should do this like this. And so we are not assessing the situation, but we are simply giving vent to our emotions. So we should list out which all emotions we have to correct to make that relationship a successful one, and we should recognize a feeling when it happened. That is what is we do when we are assessing us. And once we have assessed, now we have to regulate it. We are not just listing out. And listing out and keeping it in a shelf will not do anything, will not serve the purpose. So we are going to do step by step. First thing is we are assessing, we are listing out which all things which are our strengths, and those strengths we will be repeating it daily, and so that it will give more confidence to us as well as to the persons to whom it goes. And next thing is we are going to work upon, we are going to regulate our emotions. So what should we do? We should regulate emotions of greater intensity or lingering past an appropriate point. For everything, there is an appropriate point. So if we are carrying it beyond that appropriate point, it is going to harm us. For example, chronic anxiety. Some persons are always anxious about what is going to happen to me or to my family. Sometimes the child will be only in LKG, but we are worried about whether he is going to get admission for MBBS after 20 years, or whether he will get admission to IITs or IIMs. 20 years are there. After this 20 years, we don't know whether we will be alive or the son will be alive, but we will be simply wasting our 20 years with this anxious nature. And sometimes I told you earlier, uncontrolled rage and depression. We will be always under great stress. If we are continuing this in our daily life, if it is going uncontrolled, it will shatter our entire immune system of the human body, and we may need medication. We may have to meet a psychiatrist, and our life will be spoiled. So it is highly essential to regulate emotions beyond a greater level. And you all remember the one boy recently at Wayanad Pukod Veterinary College. He was stabbed to death by a mob. You all remember, no? I forgot his name. And
Siddharth.
yeah, Siddharth, yeah. We saw his parents, they had only one son, and their entire dream was on him. And what happened? His father worked in Gulf, and he spent his life for this boy. And one day they lost their son. They were weeping. We saw in channels daily they were weeping, but they cannot go on weeping like that, because their life must go on. They have their own life. And beyond that, what should happen? They should fight for justice of their son. So something must happen only if they are alive, and their life should go on. So any emotion, we lose some family members. Death is an inevitable thing. One day suddenly we will lose our children or our spouse or our parents, and we will think our life has come to an end. I also felt like that when my mother passed away. I didn't want to live after that, but my friends told me, no, you should come back. We want you. They told me, we want you. And that sentence made me come back to life. So you should try to regulate your emotions, so that then only we can maintain the relationships. Now, I told you when you list out, we will come across some weaknesses. Mainly, stress is the most important thing. I feel most persons are facing the situation. We get stressed for each and everything. In our office, we are given a deadline to prepare a project report, but we are not able to manage it within that time. So we will become stressed if we are not able to reach that deadline. So I'm only giving some examples. If you are under stress, what you can do from my own version, you should find out which area you can find solace, some kind of solace. Because some people like to read, it will give them a comfort. Some people like to do gardening. Some persons like to do singing. I like to do singing. I usually do when I am stressed. I will close that work then and there. I'll go and record a song, and then I will put it in, say, various groups. And then when I get the comments from my friends, you have sung well, then I'll get a positive energy and I'll go back to my work. Likewise, you can do whatever is interesting to you. You can dance. Those persons who are interested in dancing, they can dance. Or if you're interested in watching TV, some examples I am giving. Likewise, you can find out the tips to manage. So whenever you are feeling, I told you, you should understand a feeling as it happened. You are going to change some emotions or some behavior, your behavior pattern, for the benefit of you and your relationships. So when it is going to happen, you can indulge yourself in any act which you think it will help you. Similarly, anger. Anger is also a very important thing which most people find it as a weakness. What you can do is, which thing is causing you to become anger? You can move away from that provoking instinct for a while. Instead of staying back and talking and yelling out, you can leave that atmosphere, leave that circumstance, and go to a smoothing or any other situation. You can pause instead of responding. If you are a person, you yell out at a person when you see something. If it is not up to mark, what you can do is, you can tell your mind, pause for a while, not respond immediately. please don't respond immediately. You can calm up your mind. So after a while or after 1 or 2 seconds means you won't be repeating the words. You will be behaving in a different manner. And you can also, if a long drive will help you or a long walk will help you, you can move away from that circumstance and go for a walk and come back. It will also help you. And meditation, deep breath, taking a deep breath will help a lot in bringing consolation to you. So you should try to challenge the thoughts that trigger anger in you. What all things are bringing anger to you, you should develop your own tactics to challenge the thoughts that will trigger anger in you. I am only giving you some tips. So the weaknesses may be various, it will differ from person to person, and you should try to find out which things will help you to evade that situation. Now we have to improve our social skills. So first, what did we do? We made a self-assessment. We found out what all are our strengths, what all are our weaknesses, and what we do, we listed out, and we are trying to work on it, and we are trying to improve it. And now we are coming to the actual social situation. The first thing is you should be a good listener. This is very important. Why you should be a good listener? I gave you an example. I told you a son is coming home late because he went to help a friend. His friend met with an accident. But when he come home late, you are shouting at him for not being at home earlier. We think he wandered some here and there with some of his friends and without our permission. But if you are a good listener, first thing you will ask him to sit beside you, and you will tell him what happened today, why you are late. We will ask him, and then he will explain each and everything what happened that day. And so we will find the good things what he had done to help a person, why he had to come home late. Sometimes he might have raised some finances also to help that person. So if only you are a good listener, same thing happen in your office also. Each and every person, you gave a hard work to a person, you gave him 24 hours. You are asking your subordinate, tomorrow morning when I come to office, I want this prepared well, I have to attend a meeting, and you gave a work to a person. But unfortunately that subordinate did not turn up at 10 with that note. And so when he came, it was only scribbled here and there, nothing written serious manner. And then we will allow, because of our stress and tension, and we have to face our higher ups also. So we will allow. But if you are a good listener, you will ask him why he couldn't do that work. He will be able to explain a situation. Either somebody had to be hospitalized the previous day, and so he had to go with that. He didn't get that time. Many things might have happened. And if it is intentionally or purposefully or because he was a lazy person, it's okay. We can allow it. But if there is a genuine reason, there is no point in yelling out. So you should always be a good listener. Those who can actively listen are usually calm persons. They are very calm. They don't shout at others because they will hear what they have to say, and it will help to clarify any confusion. They won't end up in a mess. It won't lead to any confusions. They will ask many questions to them. Why? What has happened? Why you couldn't do like that? They will ask many questions. And finally, they will turn empathetic. Why? They will understand why they couldn't do. And if they are in a bad situation, we will also try to help them also. So it will open up a situation. It will open up or help us to become empathetic also. So, if a person is a good listener, it will allow them to come up with better resolutions. It will reduce miscommunication, and it will help to build stronger relationships. So, from today itself, when you are in any situation, any particular situation, try to be a good listener. Then another thing, next thing, choosing your words. Verbal communication. We are coming about verbal communication. If a relationship has to be strong, what is important for a strong communication? Pardon?
You should be very polite.
Yeah, polite.
Communicate. Communicate
Yes.
to them.
Yes, communication is very important. You have innumerable number of friends. Even in your WhatsApp, you may be having hundreds of friends, but only some of them will be communicating to you daily. And only those relations which we are having communication, closer communication will become stronger. Others, we are not having an idea what they are doing, where they are now. We don't have such ideas. So if you are in close communication, that relationship will become stronger. So communication is very important. And that communication, the words we choose is very important because it is an important social skill. It will help you to have productive conversations and lead to better outcomes. I can give you an example from my life. When I was in 8th standard, I studied in Cotton Hill Girls High School, and most of the girls were very intelligent in my class. And coming from rich families, they had tuitions, and so all of them were getting very high, scoring very high marks. And my father didn't like to give tuition to us. He said we should study our own. And so I was struggling to study myself. And when I got a third rank for the first time in my class, I was so happy because it was something out of my own struggle. I knew that. And when I rushed with my progress card to my parents, my father said he didn't show any happiness when he saw that third rank. He said, you should have got first rank. So he didn't give any value to the third rank which I got. And so I felt like crying. And then I went to my mother, I showed her my progress card, and she said, if you are able to get a third rank in a class of very intelligent students, I am sure next time you will get first rank. So those assuring words gave me they were encouraging, and I thought next time I will try more and I will get first rank. So the way you can manage a situation, you can convey the same message in two ways. Not showing any happiness, not showing any interest in the achievement is not good. But showing the recognizing it as well as giving a push to get more higher position. That is what my mother did. So in each and every relationship, you can choose your words carefully. When your children get any achievement, you can give them a wide applause. You can shower them with praise so that it will help them to improve more. Then, so we were talking about verbal things earlier. So whatever verbal things, whatever words we use, we can be polite. We can use very polite, especially when you are dealing with your boss in your office. Even if he's a tough and rough person, you should not use bad words. You should always be polite to them. Your politeness will always only give you additional points. Wherever you go, people will assess you by the words you use. So otherwise, people will say he is not a good person to talk to. It's good to avoid him. That's what the attitude will come. So you should always use good words. And next thing, the verbal communication, important along with verbal communication. Another thing is our non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is very important. What are the things that come under non-verbal communication? Our body language and our facial expressions. What is this body language? I told you, you giving a good smile. When you are going for a morning walk, you may be seeing the same person daily. So you can give a good smile to the person when you see him. He will be so happy. A smile means, I know you. I'm glad to see you. I recognize you. It's a message. You are conveying a message from your heart. And the person who is receiving it will be so happy. And so it will create a kind of positive energy in both the persons. So your body language is very important, and your facial expressions. You know, when our country is playing, for in the case of cricket or football or hockey, when they win or when they get 6 runs or a 4 runs, the entire audience will jump up and give a wide applause. Why do we do that? Even though it is an instantaneous reflex action, expressing our happiness or our emotions, it is creating a kind of confidence. It is improving the confidence of the team to play more. They are playing for the country. It will boost their pride and their confidence, and they will be fully energetic. They will forget all their worries and they will play well. So this body language has very good importance. And I remember one song here, this Sri Kumaran Thambi's song. Sometimes words need not be spoken. You have seen lovers. Sometimes in your own life you might have experienced. Most of the persons will have experienced sharing some time with a lover. They will not be talking most of the time. They will be sitting together for hours and hours, just looking in from eye to eye, and all the feelings in their heart will be seen in their eyes. And so you remember the song of Sri Kumaran Thambi sir? Maunam polum madhuram, ee madhunilavin mayayil, ninde maunam polum madhuram, manasin madhavam, mizhil പൂക്കവേ, രോമാഞ്ചം മൂടവേ. So even though they are not talking, they are feeling a kind of magical vibe around them. That silence is bringing a lot of energy to them. They needn't talk, everything, their hearts will be talking. So likewise, our body language can help to improve our relationships. These are the different facial expressions, our body language. And then to recognize achievements. I told it earlier, when your son or your daughter, they are getting an achievement, whether it be a second rank or third rank or anything like that, when they rush to you and say, see, I have got this, you should give a pat on the shoulder, you should give a hug, and you should appreciate him for what he got. Even if he had helped a person to cross the road, a blind person to cross the road, any act of recognition, you should recognize with an encouraging word, give him a prize. And when you give a gifts you give when a child get a first rank or a third rank or anything, or for a birthday you are giving a gift, or on your wedding anniversary day you are giving a gift to your spouse, it will help to improve that relationship. Because we feel when you are receiving a gift, when I receive a gift from any person, I will feel that that person recognize me, he is respecting me, and I have a place in his heart. That's what the feeling comes. So giving gift is an important thing, and it will help to boost our relationships. So these were the 6 steps which I had narrated. And can anybody memorize each point one by one? First,
Yes.
Self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
yeah, self-awareness.
Second is self-regulation.
Self-regulation.
Yes, self-regulation.
Improve your social skills.
B can be a big good listener. Our body language and facial expressions are important. Then you can improve upon your verbal communication skills.
Non-verbal.
And yeah, non-verbal. And we can also compliment, always give compliments on the achievements of the relationships around you. And I would like to give you a small story from my life, which took place only 2 days back. It has a close relationship with this topic. I knew a person, one of a friend. I have never seen him and have never seen his photo also. Only thing I recognize is his voice. And I met him in a singing app. I used to sing there and post songs there. Likewise, many persons across the world come and sing and post their songs. So we will hear the other person's song and we will put our comments, we will appreciate their songs, and likewise we only recognize their voices. Personal details are not asked by anybody, and only some persons will post their names. Some persons even don't post their names also. And so this person sang with me also. We can also sing with the other person, duets we can do. Likewise, he sang with me, and then I gave him a big thanks for that. Then he asked me some personal details, and when he asked me what I was doing, I told about my office where I worked. And so when he heard the name of my office, he said he remembered a lady in my office who was like a sister to him. And she was his father's best student in school. And she had helped him later when he was hospitalized. And she was a great help to him. And some 30 years back, somehow he lost connectivity with that family. And so he told me her name. He said she was so close to him, and now he is missing her very much. And so when he told that name, I remembered a lady by that name, and she was a friend of mine also before her retirement. But I had not, I didn't have her number, present contact number. So I assured him I will try to locate her and do something. And so what I did, I searched the office groups, and I knew definitely I could able to find out her number. And so what I did, I got her number from one of the groups. I called her, and after she retired some 15 years back, and I was talking to her some around after some 10 years, something like that. And I asked her whether she remembered me. She said, "Yes, I remember you." And we shared some personal details. And then I asked, "Do you remember one person by this name?" So she was so astonished. She asked, "How do you know him?" I told, "I don't know him personally. His son called me and he asked me to tell you about this person. And his son knows me." And she said, she narrated many incidents from their relationship. And she said, I would be very happy if I would get his number. I told you, I'll give it to you now itself. I will contact him back. I will collect his number and I will give it to you. And so next, what I did it, I asked his number, he gave me, and I shared their numbers to each other. And then after about 2 hours, that they together called me and they said, "We were talking for 1 hour. For the last 1 hour, we were talking, and we bridged the gap of 30 years in our life. And you were the reason for that. You helped us a lot." And they both thanked me. And he said, "I got back a sister now. Not one sister, I got another sister also. Today is a great day in my life. I got two sisters in my life." And I told, "It's a great day for me also because I got a brother. I got a new brother. Till now, he was no one to me, but I could do something to him. And the way he thanked me, I thought he was also a brother to me. He called me a sister. So definitely, he's a brother to me." So that's why, that's the way relationships develop, flourish. And I had only to spend a 10 minutes time to make them both come together. So relationships are very important to manage the situations in our life. And each relationship, we have many relationships around us. We are in a cobweb actually. And we cannot get one, anyone is trained means it will cause a great stress to us. So we should try to make each and everyone beautiful by putting all efforts. That's the message which I have to give to you. So I thank you all for your patient listening, and thanking once again the entire team for giving me an opportunity and for giving me a chance to do it in English. Once again, thank you all. Back to PD.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mom, Sumitra Mom. It was outside, it was raining, heavy rain, and inside torrential rain of birds. Birds were dancing according to your tune, and I was taken aback on seeing that how beautifully you narrate these things, and no pause or no indecision between your speech, and it was going like a bullet train from the very beginning to the end, and full of command over English is really is to be appreciated, and I do appreciate you for your command over English. Birds were dancing according to tune, and because of that, you could convey whatever message you had in your mind. Beautifully, it was simple and elegant, no doubt at all, and a lot of stories. And also, two important persons were also introduced: Robert Anderson and also Daniel Goldman. And also, you are a very great singer. In fact, when you sang song, I think all of the audience might have thought that it should not it should last longer than what it was. You were very careful in not to prolong your song, but people, everybody wanted and wished, I think, whether it lasted long. That was the beauty, and this is another added feather in your cap. I think a person, a speaker, can make his or her speak beautiful with the songs, and you are a gifted singer also. Very happy to get such a person as a speaker in this particular platform, and also the topic invisible magical vibes. I didn't understand what this really meant in the when I came across this particular headlines, but you have proved it. You have made it very clear to all of us, and that magical, invisible, magical vibes was woven with different colorful threads, I think, and a lot of points, a lot of things to be born in your mind. Also, we got to be a good listener and to be a good communicator, and don't respond immediately when you are in a irritable situation. You have to wait, and your way of response will be different after some moments. And also a lot of takeaways we have got from your mom, from your speech, and it was really interesting. And the time, we didn't feel that time was going on. And I'm sure here a lot of people are here. 28 people. It was more than that sometime before. More than 30 and 35. I think now still people are waiting, and a lot of things they want. All of the people who are in front of me want to share their ideas, their views on the topic, as well as the way in which Sumithra mom has taken this particular session, I'm sure. So now is the turn. Now it is your turn to make your views and share your views about the presentation today. So one by one, you can you share your views. Who is the first? I do not know. For the first time, I'm PD here. Raju Philip sir is the person, I think, who begins. He is the apt person to begin this.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Anthony sir. Thank you for calling me. Thank you, the confidence you have shown me. Now you are a very confident speaker also, because you have introduced our speaker very well, and also you have briefed her say her training session. I mean this presentation in a very good manner, in very good English. Your command in English also I appreciate. Okay, my best appreciation goes to Sumithra madam for her fluency in English, and also command in English, and also knowledge about the topic. The very outset, let me congratulate you for giving that title, because invisible magical vibes. Invisible magical vibes. If you are giving that title, emotional intelligence, maybe some people would not have attended the session, because emotional intelligence is a topic we have discussed many times in this platform. Therefore, I first congratulate you for giving that very curious, you can say, that topic which has given us curiosity to attend. And all the points you have narrated very well. And you are telling human being is he is different from other living beings, because he is the roof and crown of all creations. As John Milton has said, man is the roof and crown of all creations. That's why he's gifted by gifted by me special gifts like this, which you have mentioned here. And you are giving examples, your personal stories were there. Presentation is taking its beauty when you speak your personal experience, because more people will be glued to you when you say that personal experience as also stories. And you're also humorous also. Sometimes you're getting humorous. That also a good quality. And as Anthony sir has said, your ability, your you can say the gift which God has bestowed upon you, that the singing capability, or that talent which is singing talent is, which is given by God, by bestowed upon by God. And also your relationships, your communications, all are very important. We are telling the communication is the most important thing which we have to have as a human being. That will make your life beautiful and also worth living. I want to communicate you. I want to congratulate you again for your great presentation with the great fluency in English and also complete command in English. And I ask you to come again with other topics. The topics in English itself, because you are an asset for this platform, for this new kind of this new. Okay, back to.
Oh, Raju. Thank you, Raju Philip sir, for your nice words and sharing your views on the topic. And here, some people have raised their hands, and one person is Ansari sir, and another man, that is our Advocate Vincent Joseph sir. So, Ansari sir, then next, thereafter, Advocate Vincent sir.
Thank you, Anthony sir. And Sumitra ma'am also. She has given a wonderful talk. That is the invisible wife. The name itself shows that is everybody. The name shows some something that is we are curious about that one. That name itself. That is she brought the importance of relationship through the mother skill, that is the self-awareness. So many people might have taken the mother skill, that is the self-awareness here, but her fluency, it's fluently, as if she is reading so much without any hitch and bounce, she continued the speech. That is it. And somebody that day told that so many mistakes when the English session comes off, people are making so many mistakes and all, and you should be careful about that one. Anyhow, Sumitra ma'am, that problem is solved because she was very fluent, and in communicating she was very clear also, clear and specific to the point. She did not go outside the point also. She explained with enough stories and incidents and all. So all in all respect, class was very good, and it's a model to all of us. That is, if you are taking some lessons or classes, you should prepare well, and your language, you should be conscious about your language, and you should be stick to the topic also. All these points has come. So that was very informative also. That is, how can you be a good person by improving the relationship? And she told she got a new friend, own brother, because of her relationship. Just she bet, and they were participated in a song only. So what happens, and whatever help she was able to give, she gave. And after so many years, they met and they are very happy, and all the people were happy with that one. So we should keep such a relationship always. It will give happiness for our life. Thank you, Sumitra ma'am, and also Manasa.
Thank you, Ansarima, for your. I have pointed out where the speech was elegant and simple and elegant, and also the title was a little bit it had some sort of suspense. Thank you, and now Advocate Vincent sir is waiting. Sir, you are welcome.
Thank you, Anthony sir. By listening to today's PD, Anthony sir is very much part and parcel of English platform, and he is very much asset to English platform. By listening to today's PD as well as the trainer, I'm made to believe whether I am in Kerala, where people speak Manglish, or somewhere in Delhi or Mumbai. Congratulations to both of you for your best presentation, which is going to be a model for others. Then coming to this presentation, SUMITHRA ma'am, super. Then with regard to content-wise, I would say that the topic title was Invisible Magical Vibes, where you have concentrated on relationships. Very beautifully bringing out the importance of relationship, narrating from your own personal anecdotes. That is excellent. Then, since you have, I have some sort of my own observations, which I just want to add. If you can have a open discussion on that one. That is, since the topic is invisible magical vibes, since you concentrate on emotions, there are. We could have dealt with regard to content wise. There are soft emotions and hard emotions. Emotions play a very significant role in one's life. So that hard emotions and soft emotions, it is good that you could, since you have referred Daniel Goleman, you could have made that one also. That is my personal observations. Anyway, I understand that you were just focusing on relationships. It was a super, I would say that it was an elegant, exemplary, empowering sessions, fabulous sessions. Congratulations, SUMITHRA ma'am. And of course, Anthony sir, congratulations too. And back to you, sir.
Oh, thank you, Advocate Vincent sir. He has used a lot of superlatives, and mom, you can be proud of that. And he is a person having profound knowledge about everything and books and all. And he has shared his views, and great appreciation from him we have received. And another person who is waiting here is Sunil sir. You are welcome. Share your views.
Good morning, Anthony sir. Thank you for calling me.
Yeah.
Today, two great persons have made us morning very good. Both are identical in the sense that both are very, very good travelers. They have seen many places inside and outside the country. And both are very, experts in English. Their language communication mode is also excellent. So too, the vibes, similar vibes have come with an invisible gift packet named Invisible Magical Vibe. Lives and a vibe. And when the gift packet is opened part by part, such an excellent presentation of the most important things like communication and other soft skills. The flow was excellent. We didn't feel anything, and you have embedded your own personal stories, introduced some personalities, and also you have embedded two beautiful songs. As Anthony has told, he could have sung two more lines of that songs each. Such a wonderful presentation. And thank you, Ruby Madam, also for the excellent morning thoughts. And now your presentation is giving a confidence and hope that those who want to speak English confidently and fluently, this platform is a very good thing. You have set a very good example, benchmarking to others. Thank you, both of you. Over to Anthony.
Thank you, Sunil sir. There are people who are the fixed assets of this particular platform, and Sunil sir is one of them. And he rang me up yesterday and spoke about the presenter of today, and he had very good opinion about. He has very good opinion about the presenter. And next, anybody else raise the hand? Who is ready for that? Anybody else?
Anthony sir.
Yeah.
Anthony sir, if you allow.
Sir, Suresh Babu sir. Suresh Babu sir.
Good morning to both Anthony sir as well as SUMITHRA madam. And I have had her two sessions earlier that around, I think she took classes on, she presented on her journey to European countries last year, in fact 6 months before. And today morning she was in our English class also. She expressed her opinions about the Sunil sir's Malayalam version, expression on the story also. Or what we say about it, we need to find out some superlatives of to explain about the comment on the both persons, the one-to-one person got Anthony sir as well as who has selected it. First, the appreciation should go to that person who has selected the PD to matching with the presenter. That is it. We will say there are two. I have written down some of the words, captivating presentation. We can say it is a captivating presentation. Then engaging delivery, then masterful. I was writing down this masterful articulation, then skillful facilitations, compelling communications, effortless flow, artful presentation, smooth execution. If you go like that, there is no limit for that, madam. And the both equally appreciable. That Anthony Joseph sir as well as madam. And we didn't felt that this was a part of a Malayalam sessions. It was in 6:30. It was normally Malayalam, and the people used to comment in give feedback also in Malayalam. If at all we took it, if anybody took the class in English, but here nobody is venturing to that also because you have familiarized that language into such a level that we all forgot that we all shed the inhibition. We all shed the inhibition of talking talking in English. Thank you for that, and we request you to be a regular in our English class as well. Thank you, Sumitra ji and Anthony Joseph sir for conducting this, and the appreciation goes to the Ruby madam as well because for her morning rituals every day that she gives the message to us. So the wives, that also she was also mentioning about the wives who are having that helping people, the small wives, how much the effect will be, that the rippling effect, the butterfly effect is there. That is in the corner of the earth there is some butterfly flash here, their wings, how it will affect it will transcend the boundaries. Likewise, this class was also, in fact, crossed that it just transcends the boundary of the language as well. Thank you, both of you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Suresh Babu sir. Suresh Babu sir is a person, is the backbone of our English platform, and he uses particular words. And if you, when you speak something, he picks up very strange words and everything very meticulously. He does his job, and he has supplied a lot of superlatives. In other words, a galaxy of superlatives have been used to, appreciate the presenter. I'm very happy to see that. And many people are waiting. Sri Kumar sir is there. Sri Kumar sir, you are welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I think I got the opportunity before Ismail sir. So thank you for Ismail sir. He has been there switching on the camera a long time ago. And I'm sure he would be having a lot of things to say about this session. And first of all, let me congratulate Sumitra ma'am for bringing up such a nice topic, and presentation skills were super, especially this, eternal topic of relationships. Yesterday also, the topic was heartfelt talk. So this invisible magical vibes necessitates the good emotions. I would always say the quality of our emotions dictate the quality of our life. And the quality of our relationships decide the quality of our emotions. So she certainly told some tricks or tips that would boost our quality of relationships, like self-awareness and also self-regulation. Under the self-regulation part, she told some tips to manage stress and also anger as an anchoring point. So, and also the third one was improving our social skills to be keeping up this in this world in a way that would encourage our self-motivation and our persistence in achieving our goals. Everybody should be having a good quality relationships. So this entire session was based on how to get those quality relationships. So what should we do and how we should gear up towards achieving that kind of happiness or good relationships. I would always feel these three categories are there in our life: health, wealth, relationships, and happiness. If we need all these health, wealth, relationships, and happiness. So these relationships is the sole factor that would lead to our happiness. Having said that, we need wealth and health. So this topic, I mean, this her English also, it was like not a bullet train, but it was like a, I mean, smoothly flowing river. You could easily get into that, plunge into that. And one thing I noticed that you used so many times yell. So if we yell at someone, that would amount to shattering their confidence. The shattering and yelling, all these things were they're repeated once, and it was good. It was nice listening to your talk. I mean, the kind of simple English, and also it was fluent. And you told this instantaneous reflexes that was also evident from your talk. I mean, you were instantaneously reflecting on your thoughts, and you talked about this thoughts management. So overall, it was a feast, and we would say that come again, please. Thank you, or to Anthony sir. Congratulations.
Thank you, Srimar sir. Srimar sir is an
Anthony sir,
all-rounder.
Yeah.
Ismail sir calling next time. Ismail sir, he had raised his hand several times.
Srimar sir is a person who is the coordinator of English session as well as this particular session. He's an all-rounder and interested in English language and supplying new words. Very hardworking gentleman. He was telling it's not a bullet train. It has had some stops here and there. It is absolutely right. I do agree with you. And next, anybody has raised hands? I don't know. Let me see that. Otherwise, somebody
Ismail
may
sir.
come.
Ismail sir.
Ismail
Ismail
sir.
sir.
Ismail sir, you are welcome. My laughing man.
Thank you.
Please
Thank you.
share your
Thank you. Thank you. Actually, I don't want to spoil the vibe in English language because it is a totally up to now. It is totally gone through English language. So I don't want to spoil that vibe. That's why I just opened the camera for Sumitra ma'am is in our 30th batch. So I was really excited hearing watching the presentation. Actually, if I say in Malayalam, it would be better for me. I think so. Anyway, thank you so much, Sumitra ma'am. Thank you so much, Anthony Joseph sir.
Thank you,
Right.
Ismail sir. You speak English
All of
well,
you.
and I think you are capable of expressing your ideas in English well. And I wanted to hear which batch Sumitra ma'am belongs to, and he has supplied such an information. She belongs to 30th batch of ToTs. And thank you, Ismail sir, once again. Next one. If somebody comes forward or raise hands, they will be given a priority. Anybody else, or else I will call.
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
I'm
Shija ma'am,
Shija Kumari.
Dr. Shija Kumari ma'am, you are welcome.
Sir, salute to you and congratulations to Sumitra ma'am for a marvelous session. She has presented in an excellent way, very fluently, and very integrating her beautiful voice through the song, and also narrating her own experiences and incidents from others' life also, and also books. And this is a very nice topic, very much suited to a morning like this because it starts another month, Karkidagam. And while she was telling, choose your words. I remember one incident from my own experience, and which I have narrated earlier. I was dropped out from the list of PSC for 4 categories in training college, and I was plunged into deep depression. At the same moment, I was informed about that, and my husband reacted how it would have been if it was God. You would get higher status and also financial upliftment and good career. Then I thought he was bothered only about these things, and he was not at all concerned about my emotions. And on the next day, when I shared the same experience with my driver, who was equal to my brother, with tears in my eyes, he asked, and I was also smiling at the same time. He asked, "Tangam pattunundo?" Just that those words were, I could understand that he was very much concerned about my emotions, my depression, hearing this news. And those words gave me a deep, deep emotion at that time. And when Sumitra ma'am presented those words, I was thinking about this incident. Anyway, very much happy to have this section. Thank you very much for your excellent section, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Dr. Shija Kumari ma'am, yes, words can play an important role. It can encourage you or discourage you. And when you are reactive, it can be harmful. And when you are proactive, that will be that will make a sort of encouragement in the listeners. And next person who has to share.
Sir, Saleh.
Hey, Anil Kumar sir, you are welcome.
Thank you, Anani Joseph sir. Very good Sunday. Yeah. As Sunil sir said, both of you made the Sunday so super. Lot of intakes from this session. Anyway, this session only one sentence. Today, Sumitra ma'am made so awesome. Yesterday gets jealous of this day. Expect more sessions, as Suresh Babu sir said in English session. I want to attend in the English session too, to improve my English. Thank you, Anil Joseph sir. Thank you once again, Sumitra ma'am, for the wonderful and informative session. I think you take this session, you got a lot of personal experience, a lot of books you read, and sessions you attended. All these things come into the session, and we enjoyed a lot. Thank you once again. I'm in a journey, so I don't want to more. Thank you once again, all participants.
Thank you, Anil Kumar sir. Brevity is the soul of opinion. Yes, he has briefly kept it short, and anyway, it was elegant. Thank you, Anil Kumar sir, once again. And here, who is there? Anybody else raising hands or coming forward? Otherwise, I will call somebody else. Dr. Muralidharan sir. If he is not there, then Sajid sir. After that, Manoj sir.
Thank you, sir, for inviting me. What can I say? It's a wonderful, remarkable day. You two join together with vocabulary, pronunciation, and ma'am's sweet sing, and just like a journey. We are very much impressed. So I giving a happy congratulations both of you. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sajid sir. Now it's Manoj sir, then Ram Sivadia sir.
Thank you, Andy sir. Actually, very inspiring, excellent performance, both of you. Actually, today's, as we know that early English class was going, and today at the same time, Sister D class also English, the same thing. So many takeaways. Thank you. This class is a great boost actually for helping so many things in our daily life. Thank you.
Thank you, Manoj sir. Manoj sir was the PD of the English session, and he's a person who is interested in English language. And now it's Manoj sir. Did you speak? Sorry, Sajid sir was the person I think spoke. Manoj.
I think there is Sri Kumari ma'am and Shida ma'am.
Sri Kumari ma'am, you are welcome. I was about to call. Sri Kumari ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for inviting me. Thank you, Sumitra ma'am, for your wonderful presentation. I have got so many information, valuable information from yours. But I have no electricity or Wi-Fi, so I have had a lot of time waste because net connection. So about non-verbal communications, I have got so many valuable things from you. After that, I have current cuts and Wi-Fi cuts. So we have no connection. Otherwise, it is a very wonderful session. And our PD, Anthony sir, also is very best presenter and PD. And he is an expert in English language. And I selected him also. Today is my PD session. Ruby ma'am asked me, are you ready to attend the PD today? It is an English session. No, ma'am. I given Anthony sir, our leader, is a great person and English scholar. Then I send his address and phone number to Ruby ma'am. I am very proud of you, sir, and both of you done very well. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you, Sri Kumari ma'am. It was the turn of Sri Kumari ma'am. In fact, she suggested my name yesterday, and she is a person who is doing a marvelous job in our 33rd follow-up session. And I'm thankful. Thank you so much, Sri Kumari ma'am, for showering such laurels upon me as well as upon the speaker. Now, anybody else raised hands? Sri Kumari ma'am, no. Sri Kumar sir, anybody else there raised hands? No. So it is Shida ma'am. Shida ma'am, are you there? Otherwise, Nash K. Anybody else? Anybody else coming forward? Shida ma'am, Nash. Then one name, I don't know, M with red B. That name is not clear. Srimar sir, anybody else there?
I think nobody is willing, so we can go for the conclusion.
Conclusion. Then if nobody else, this is the final call for sharing your views. Its time is 8:16. But everybody was very interested and showering laurels upon the speaker. No doubt that's something what is appreciated. And now it is the turn of the speaker. She has been listening to the responses of each and every person. She had a lot of things to share, but she was kept silence because I expected some responses while people were appreciating her, but she was very careful in using her words, I think. So Mom, I do invite you with a lot of affection to share to share your views and ideas and notions to all.
Thank you, Anthony sir. You have done a role as PD very well, and you had carried over the session very well. Thank you for that. A big thanks for you that. And I received comments and appreciations from around 12, 13 persons who attended the session today. And I'm very
What happened? Left out. Sumitra Mom is not here. Sumitra Mom accidentally left out, I think. Maybe coming back. Yes, she's here. Maybe some.
Hello.
Yes, Mom.
Sir,
Carry on.
my laptop went off, charge went off. So I came through my mobile.
So
Sorry
fast.
for the inconvenience.
So fast.
Around 12 to 13 persons who attended the session have come up with their comments. And I'm very happy to note that it was a very good session, that there was lots of information which they can take away with them. And being a holiday, they enjoyed with relaxation. They didn't have to rush up to their office. And so each one could sit up and hear and listen. And so whatever I had narrated here was helpful to them in one way or other. I hope it will help to improve their relationship in each way. And Raju Philip sir, Advocate Vincent Joseph sir, Ansari sir, Sunil sir, Suresh Babu sir, Sri Kumar sir, Ismail sir, Shija Kumari ma'am, and every other person, each one told that they had liked the way the matter was conveyed. I tried to make it as simple as possible. And as Advocate Vincent Joseph sir told, the basic idea behind the topic is emotional intelligence itself. I had actually taken a session in my own office on emotional intelligence, but I changed the PPT to a different manner because I didn't want to repeat the same in this platform. I myself had listened one session here. And so feeling the same topic it will be a bore for everybody. And I wanted to make it different. And so taking the concepts of emotional intelligence, I stressed on more things, added some more things from other readings, and so tried to make it something different and try to spice it up. And also the topic name also, I didn't want it to be emotional intelligence. I know it will be a bore topic to repeat the same. And to make it something curious, I made the topic name like that. And I'm very happy that everybody was interested in the topic name also. So right from the beginning, the topic name itself to the last content, everybody enjoyed, means it made me a day and my effort did not go in vain. And so once again, I thank each one of the participants, and I will my special thanks to the entire team and to the PD also. Thank you back to the PD, sir.
Thank you so much, Sumitra Mom. Sumitra Mom has noted down the name of the people who have shared their views, and she spoke about the ideas contributed by each and every person. Of course, it was a session, a marvelous session, scintillating session, no doubt at all. Especially this session was highlighted with the fluent way of expressing things by Sumitra Ma'am. That was the highlight of this particular session, I think, especially English session. Most of the people who are interested in English are satisfied. And also with your songs also, we do expect more songs you can inculcate, or you can include more lines and beautiful songs. And also I suggest you, Mom, you can present another session with melodies, old songs of Malayalam or some Malayalam. I think you are capable of doing that.
Sir, I had
Anthony Joseph sir, ask her to sing a song now. Ask her to sing a song now.
Suresh sir, that's absolutely right. Mom, you can sing a song.
A few lines. few lines, okay?
Yeah.
അനുരാഗഗാനം പോലെ അഴകിന്റെ അല പോലെ ആരു നീ ദേവതേ അനുരാഗഗാനം പോലെ അഴകിന്റെ അല പോലെ ആരു നീ ദേവതേ മലരം വളർത്തുന്ന മന്ദാരവനികയിൽ മധുമാസം വീരിച്ച മലരാണോ മലരമ്പൻ നാട്ടിലെ കന്യകൾ ചൂടുന്ന മലരമ്പൻ നാട്ടിലെ കന്യകൾ ചൂടുന്ന മരതക മാണിക്യ മലരാണോ അനുരാഗഗാനം